Welcome to Event VODs. Watch the highlights of today's First Stand 2025 matchup.
He starts up because so many CFO plays really do follow him.
Yeah, it definitely does. Generally, it's not going to go too well for him, but still is able to push him away from the wave and also thin out the wave a little bit. Not able to do it enough, though, as now here comes the entire party. The flash on into Zeus. He's just going to flash away up the wave, as now the Harpoon here on the rest, but he's still in a 1v3. We do have Peanut trying to make his way up, but I think it's going to be a little bit too little too late. This should be First Blood onto one of these guys. Is finally the level up, but it doesn't matter. First Blood does go over to Jinja, and again, this guy is making him right at the beginning of the game.
Oh, here we go, though.
Honkyu! Oh, no, he's the one getting bullied. He's only 17, getting dove into the turret. A lot of stories going on, a lot of 1v1ing, and a lot of pressure onto Honkyu when Delight does come up, as the grubs have been started. But now Jinja looking for a play on the bottom side potentially, as the equalizer will be used to thin out the wave. And that should stop the dive from happening right now, but he could look at it in just a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because HLE had the ward on Dragon, and since they are on Grubs and they had vision of Dragon, they're like, okay, Zeus, you know, there's probably extra pressure coming your way because they're not like trading immediately. So Zeus, really nice job there. Ults the wave, he clears it out, he gets out of there this time, so he doesn't allow himself to be that target. And because of the timing window, fully Grubs are already done, and since CFO were kind of looking for that, they didn't go for the Dragon and try and immediately burn it down. And when the extra experience of Grubs is just so big for junglers, so Peanut already to the level 6 here on Vi, and so it is just full power, and they're going to get both of the first neutral objectives for HLE, which, if we go back to Champ Select, and we're talking about the power of this HLE comp to push the timings of this game with their dive potential, and as well, the bottom lane, Viper opts to just use his first arrow for lane dominance and a health trade. But Peanut's up top side, and there's your ult.
Yeah, there we go. That's the Rumble and the Vine. You see Jinjez here. He's like, what do I do? I can't go in. I can't really get out. Here is now. He doesn't quite have the clone. Has to go for the Cyclone. As now we see Honkyu is making his way up, maybe trying to look for a 2v2, but Jinjez already so low. Honkyu gonna push them over the wall. Peanut is quite low himself, but the last hit, he is gonna take down the jungler of CFO, and now Honkyu all alone, and even Sekka's gonna get the first roam on up, as he does come in and clean up the kill. So CFO trying to help out the brother. Only 10 minutes in, they're more than 2,000 gold ahead.
All right.
Maybe this is the opportunity, as that is not support Karma, but still she's only got a lost chapter. Can she do anything? As here comes the equalizer. Rest is already almost dead, as Peanut and Viper are here. And they're even going to use the cease and desist into Doggo, as there's nowhere for him to go. They hand over the kill to Viper.
Space, I think, by like 15 minutes, maybe?
Yeah. We're in the stratosphere now.
Maybe 20 minutes. CFO, though, trying to get some gold wherever they can. Of course, you know, you're going to lose a lot of objectives after you lose, you know, multiple players, you know, in the same sequence. So, yes, it is going to be a very quick 6 grubs for HLE. And Zeus was able to mine some turret plate money off the bottom side by a very quick...
have already gone over to Hanwha Esports, as they have gotten the first 3 objectives, both sets of grubs and the first dragon, alongside of all the kills, of course. But they really want just the one dragon, but Delight's presence alone is enough to push them away, at least for now. We'll see if CFO actually do make a play for this dragon and stake their claim over this one. Hanwha Esports might just give it over and say, hey, we want the turret instead, but Peanut is keeping watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't give anything.
Oh, gonna hit the clone. Nice clone here, but at the same time, you're not gonna have that engaged now as they go in onto the Wukong, and Jinja, there's just nowhere for him to go. They just go all in onto him, and the follow-up is there. Kaiwin can't get away from Viper, but Viper will let him go. CFO, Honkyu, he's trapped. He wants to make something of this. He goes in for the sweep, as now maybe something, maybe one kill can go over to CFO, but the answer is absolutely not in this fight at least, as Rest also will be baited into it and goes down. The 0-3 Karma and the 0, as they have been given the majority of the plates in this one. As now, CFO trying to fight over this area of the map as well, maybe looking for the Rift Herald, but you see Hanwha Esports going in for the fight once again. They want Jinja, they're not quite gonna get him, as he does get out here, but the follow-up in onto Honkyu, and that's a Yone. Zika's like, thank you very much, I'll get into that fight if you'd like me to. As the sweep came in, he just goes back to his Unbound Soul, and CFO just have to run away injured. As
They
we do,
spy a bird.
They do spy a bird here, as Hanwha should be going down as well. And you can see this lane economy snapshot powered by MasterCard. It's just growing larger and larger for the side of Hanwha.
Go over to Karma.
And by the way, Hanwha's just dying in live as this is happening. That is now his 5th death, unfortunately, for our young rookie player. We'll see how Hanwha died this time.
Zeka this time was bird watching from the brush. He goes in, and we saw an Ash Arrow kind of make a little preview across the screen there too. But to push these games so quickly and farm kills, but Kaiwing wants to go back to the snap.
You see Zeka actually tried to Q3 over the wall there. Kaiwing is going to headbutt him back into the Cyclone, but that's just a dead Wukong instead. Zeka going 1v4. Surely he goes down here to these 3 as he gets a 3-man knockup once again, and finally a sweet take down the Yone as Delight is side lane pushing with his buddies as they look for more and more objectives.
It's okay though. That's shutdown number 2, Valdez. They got another one. Zeka is good for 1 in the 4v1, as he kills Jinja, who went back over with very low HP. And you already kind of mentioned that their base took a little hit, a slight hit.
It's just 1 inhibitor out of the 3, so it's not even more than half.
It's a little drafty down there being open, but Peanut caught on the blue buff.
Yes, caught.
Really caught?
Totally caught unawares here as his brothers Viper and Delight help him out. We got the TP coming in. Doggo is just pretty much dead beat in this one. Dies to the Vi, as meanwhile Viper's kiting it out against 2. It just gets worse from here as even Zeka is adding insult to injury. They didn't need Zeus this time as he was just TPing to the top side. They look for the Karma as well. Rest probably survives here, I say, as in goes Peanut flashing for the kill onto Rest. He is not done just yet as Peanut will go down and Rest will survive for now.
That's one of those plays where it's like, well, if Delight's gonna flash for it, then I'm gonna that damage. First step, take over the jungle behind Baron as we prep the rift.
I love how CFO are not backing down from anything. Kaiwing's like, you want to go? Let's fight, buddy. As meanwhile, 3 people are going to get ulted by Zeka, and it just doesn't matter as he's just flexing on them right now.
No. It is the bird.
It is the bird. And, the Yone ultimate cooldown is pretty low. Zeka might not even need it, but the golden arm guard is going to come out here as now. Zeka, did he get baited into the fight by himself? As meanwhile, Zeus and Viper are also coming up here. And Jinja is like, okay, I have escorted my team away from this one. We want to back away. But here comes Delight, and now the equalizer is pretty nice on top of Rest, and Hanwha is so low in this one, and Doggo, he eased over the wall as the fight is very much broken up. Jinja is going to be going down as well. 3 people left, and the ult is back up here for Zeka. And he's gonna catch Rest as well. Hanwha just trying to get away from this one, just trying to survive, but Zeus says, no, I want more blood. I haven't had enough kills here as he picks up his 5th. I think Hanwha Esports will just take the Nexus now, Gobi.
Okay, so no Baron in this game. No Baron at all. HLE looking to take a dominant game number 1.
Yeah, this one was a game of League of Legends that we did have. 12,000 gold to lead as Hanwha Esports dominates CFO here in game number 1. It was an absolute crushing defeat. We'll see if they can come back in game number 2.